In the last lesson, we discussed the sum of the interior angles of different types of polygons. Now we're going to use that information to figure out how many sides something has if we know an interior angle or how many angles there are and so forth. So example A, the measure of each interior angle of a regular polygon is 140 degrees. How many sides does the polygon have? So we're going to work backwards now. Let's think of this as, okay, for a regular polygon, it's n minus 2 times 180 divided by n, and this equals 140 degrees. And so what we can do now is we want to figure out what n is, get n all by itself. So I'm going to start by multiplying both sides of the equation by n. Get rid of that fraction on the left side. So n minus 2 times 180 equals 140n. We could distribute that 180 to both things, which I think would make things simpler. So we have 180n minus 360 equals 140n. Subtract 180n from both sides, so I have negative 360 equals negative 40n. Divide both sides by negative 40, and I find that negative 360 divided by negative 40 is going to be n equals 9. And so what we're saying is that for a regular polygon that has all sides that are congruent, all angles that are congruent, if that interior angle was 140 degrees, then this polygon, this regular polygon, must have 9 sides. So how many sides does this polygon have? Must have 9 sides. Let's take a look at example B. Definitely not drawn to scale, as all these angles appear to be pretty close, but they aren't. We need to figure out what x is. So if I think about this, okay, I actually have a drawing this time, so I can see how many sides there are. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to figure out what all of the angles should add up to be. So that would be n minus 2 times 180 degrees. That's going to give me how much all of the interior angles should combine to become. So I'm going to plug in 6 here. 6 minus 2 is going to be 4. 4 times 180 is 720 degrees. And so all of these interior angles should add up to be 720 degrees. And so what I'm going to say is, well, then 88 plus 142 plus 136 plus 136 plus 105 plus x. All of them should add up to be 180 degrees. So I will take 720 minus 88 minus 142 minus 136 minus 136 minus 105 to find that x equals 113 degrees. X equals 113 degrees. And so what I started with was this drawing. I knew how many sides the shape had, so I had to figure out what x was, what all of the interior angles added up to be. All right, so this is what is new today. That was using some previous information. Now, instead of talking about interior angles, we're going to talk about exterior angles. So the exterior angles theorem states that all exterior angles of a convex polygon add up to be 360. Okay, so that doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if it is a triangle, if it's a quadrilateral, hexagon, 12-sided figure. I think in your last homework it talked about a 100-sided figure. Doesn't matter, all of them. Every single one, if it's a convex polygon, okay, and that's all we've been using. Again, convex meaning it's going out rather than concave, something coming in, okay, adds up to be 360 degrees. So If I take a look at example C here, and I'm going to skip what it's saying right there, I'm going to give some information. So let's say this is 3x, this is x, 2x, 2x, and 4x. And so I'm given this drawing and I'm asked, okay, solve for x. Well, I'm not given much information. Again, it doesn't matter how many sides this has, but just for to show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so this is a pentagon. But I know that each exterior angle, x plus 2x plus 2x plus 4x plus 3x, all of them, all exterior angles have to add up to be 360 degrees. And so now I can combine all my like terms on the left side. So 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 should be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. X equals 360 degrees. And then I could divide both sides by 12. And so I find that x equals 30 degrees. If I were to plug this into each piece here, so this would be 30 degrees, 60, 60, 90, and 120, and add all those up, and they would add up to be 360, as I was hoping. So again, all of the exterior angles, no matter how many sides a polygon has, 3 sides, 5 sides, 20 sides, all of the exterior angles are going to add up to be 360. Now again, to get more specific with just a regular polygon, each exterior angle of a regular polygon can be found by taking 360 divided by n. And so this happens because we know that no matter the number of sides, it's going to be 360. But I'm dividing by n because I'm dividing by the number of sides. And so here on example D, I have a hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and I need to find x. Now, these lines here again symbolize that this is a regular polygon, meaning all of the sides are the same, all of the angles are the same, which actually also means all the exterior angles are the same as well. And if I wanted to figure out what x was, I'm going to take 360 divided by the number of sides. And so 360 divided by 6 is going to give me 60 degrees. And so every single one of these exterior angles here is going to be 60 degrees. And there's 3 more that I didn't draw. And all 3 of them would add up to be 360 degrees. So exterior angles always add up to be 360. Interior angles, it depends on the number of sides, but in order to figure out the interior sum, it's n minus 2 times 180 degrees. N minus 2 times 180 degrees. That's interior sum. Homework is going to be page 665 again. 3, 5, 14 through 16, 20 through 25, and 29 through 36. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email. Thanks.